Many fantasy football addicts seem to be grateful for a mid-season break from their FPL teams after a gruelling first half of the season, spent studying stats, poring over fixtures, and planning transfers for weeks in advance. However, the real addicts among us will have closed the FPL tab on the browser, only to open a new one on the World Cup Fantasy website. It never ends. In this video, we'll study 5 must-have bargains that you may not already have considered for your squad, designed to give you the edge over your mini-league rivals and fire you straight to the top of your World Cup leagues. Andries Noppert, Netherlands, goalkeeper, £4.5 million. The Dutch number 1 jersey was up for grabs coming into the tournament in Qatar in November, with Ajax Remco Pasveer, Feyenoord's Justin Bijlo, and Heerenveen's Andries Noppert doing battle. To the surprise of many, it's the gigantic Noppert that seems to have won the battle, signalled by the fact that Louis van Gaal opted for him in the opener against Senegal, a game in which he kept a clean sheet. In fact, that was his first ever appearance on the international stage at the age of 28. Noppert stands at an imposing 6'8", meaning he is, unsurprisingly, the tallest player at this winter's tournament. Picking an affordable but useful goalkeeper is always a tactic amongst fantasy football managers, as it enables you to free up the budget to splash on the game's biggest stars, and Dutch stopper Noppert could be the ideal solution to that plan. He's already kept a clean sheet against Senegal before facing a Qatar team in matchday 3 that look like they'll struggle to score goals. At a cost of $4.5 million in the World Cup fantasy game, Noppert could be the man you need between the sticks. Theo Hernandez, France, £5 million. After replacing his brother Lucas in the starting 11 after an unfortunate injury, France's Theo Hernandez looks like a player that you can't afford to be without in your fantasy World Cup lineups for the rest of the tournament. Lucas limped out of the opener against Australia early on, leaving Theo to pick up the mantle at left back, and he hasn't looked back, providing the assist for Adrien Rabiot's goal as the World Cup holders recovered from an early setback to win in convincing fashion. Why is he a must-have fantasy defender? Well, as well as playing for a defensively solid France team, Hernandez loves to bomb forward to support what many consider to be the most threatening and potent attack in the whole tournament. Despite playing only 168 minutes out of 270 in the group stage, Hernandez created 9 chances, with 2 of them converted into assists by Rabiot and Kylian Mbappe. He was rested for the final group game against Tunisia, meaning that he'll be fresh and ready to go for the knockout stages, as France looks strong in their title defense. Ivan Perisic, Croatia, £7.5 million. Something just seems to happen to Ivan Perisic when he pulls on the Croatia jersey in a major tournament. Many of us FPL players have been burned by the Spurs wingback on a few occasions this season due to rotation and some frustrating performances for Tottenham. But Perisic often looks like a different animal on the international stage. Playing as a winger, Perisic is a crucial part of an experienced yet exciting Croatia side, looking to go one step further than their exploits in Russia in 2018, where they lost out in the final to France. With forward Andre Kramaric looking sharp, and legend Luka Modric continuing to dictate the play in his final World Cup, Perisic is a crucial part of a dangerous Croatia side, and is often involved in the goal-scoring actions, as demonstrated by his 2 assists in a clinical display against Canada in the group stages. The price tag of $7.5 million may seem pricey, but Perisic always seems to deliver on the big stage, and could easily prove to be worth every penny. Hakim Ziyech, Morocco, £7 million. International football tournaments are often synonymous with the shop window syndrome. In other words, a player hits top form while the world is watching, with the ulterior motive of forcing a club transfer. The Qatar 2022 definition of this is Chelsea's Hakim Ziyech. The early signs were that Ziyech didn't look like a man who has barely played a minute of football at club level for Chelsea, having fallen out of favour with both managers at Stamford Bridge this season. In fact, the Morocco star fell out with previous coach Vahid Halilhodzic, causing his temporary international retirement, before new coach Walid Regragui took charge just in time for Ziyech to reverse that decision to join the World Cup squad in Qatar. Every Moroccan fan is thankful for that decision, especially after Ziyech starred in their nation's most famous win when they toppled the world's second best side, Belgium. The Chelsea man saw a goal of his own chalked off for an offside decision before laying on an assist to seal the 2-0 win. If Morocco do go far into the tournament, Ziyech could be a steal in the Fantasy World Cup game at 7 million. Everything the team does in attacking areas goes through him, while his command of set pieces and an eye for goal should ensure he has plenty of ways to score fantasy points in this tournament. Cody Gakpo, Netherlands, 7 million. Cody Gakpo is the latest young talent off the Dutch conveyor belt and is another star making the most of the World Cup shop window ahead of the January transfer window. There's already reportedly been admiring glances from Manchester United for the young PSV star's signature, and his early World Cup form didn't do his chances of a move any harm. Quite the opposite. Louis van Gaal was without star man Memphis Depay for the first 2 games of the tournament in Qatar and had to rely on Gakpo to provide the spark, which is exactly what he has done, and Gakpo has delivered. Playing up front for the Netherlands, Gakpo is a bargain at 7 million, thanks to his constant involvement in the attack, as well as the fact he seems to command set-piece duties too. He's an all-round talent and is guaranteed to provide goals and assists as the tournament goes on, demonstrated by his incredible stats of 9 goals and 12 assists in 14 Eredivisie appearances for his club side this season. Olivier Giroud, France, £7.5 million. An unfortunate injury for French star and Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema means that you can get hold of the current holder's centre forward, supported by a star-studded cast of attacker for the bargain price of just 7.5 million. Ousmane Dembele, Antoine Griezmann and Kylian Mbappe will be led by the dependable French legend and former Arsenal and Chelsea striker Olivier Giroud. The dependable but underrated Giroud is a must-have in your fantasy World Cup sides at that price, as he'll get hundreds of chances to get on the scoresheet in Qatar, thanks to such a star-studded supporting cast. As a regular starter at AC Milan, the Frenchman has 12 goals in all competitions already this season, with 4 of those coming in 6 appearances at the very top level in the Champions League. He's almost guaranteed to get on the scoresheet as the spearhead of this France side, packed full of talent and determined to defend their World Cup title. He proved that hypothesis to be correct almost instantly, with a brace in France's opening game against Australia, getting him off to the perfect start and all but guaranteeing that he'll lead the line. Don't miss out on more goals and get the bargain Giroud into your lineup. We hope this will inspire your selections and lead you to your own slice of World Cup glory against your mates in your mini-leagues. Good luck, don't forget to like and subscribe and watch our other videos on the World Cup.